Captain.
I just heard the fucking thump. You did the thump. You did the thump again.
Sorry, I didn't think I touched it. We can start again. You're like Mark Hamill's Joker right now.
I know. You're so reliable. I just gotta say. I love you, DT. I love you. Don't. On the 5 count.
Oh.
What?
Hold on.
The fuck?
No.
I was doing the countdown.
Shut up. I think I've got it back to the original. All right. I must have hit something with view. Now I'm seeing you and I in the corner and everything in the screen. So I think we're good now.
Okay. We ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Now things now
not.
The world is spinning in the right direction.
Okay. You were not ready before.
No. Clearly not. Get started. I'll put it on mute to prevent this.
Please do.
Captain. Incoming message.
It was the dawn of the third age of mankind. Groovy.
Hi-ho. This is me, Kermit the Frog.
Hello there.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Not a great plan.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Program complete. Enter when ready.
Let's see what's out there. Engage.
Hey there, we're those Sci-Fi guys, and this is that Those Sci-Fi Guys show. Just two working dudes, different lives, different jobs, but a whole lot of love for science fiction and the fun that comes with. We are your hosts. I am P.S. McKay, and God help you if you have mac and cheese for Thanksgiving. That's just wrong.
I'm DT Caveman, and I'm a real mashed potatoes, green beans side kind of guy on Thanksgiving.
There's no other way. There's really no other way, to be honest with you.
Depends on where you're from, my man.
Nope. No, it's wrong.
I spent a lot of time in the South. They do deep fried turkeys.
That's fine. I'm okay with the deep fried turkey. Hell, where I live, we grill the turkey. You think that's weird? But a grill is just an outside oven. Think about it like that. Yeah, it's true. I remember my mother first came out for Thanksgiving back in 2016. And when she heard that we were grilling the turkey, her face visibly went, oh, like she wasn't going to get the traditional turkey or everything. When the turkey was presented, it was the most gorgeous looking turkey that she ever had. And then, yeah. And it was grilled on my frickin' grill because we couldn't do it at my in-laws. Because their house, a pipe burst and everything exploded. So.
Well, I've had deep fried turkey on Thanksgiving in a foreign country. Sounds
delicious.
It was.
Yeah.
But it is Thanksgiving week. I'm having a Thanksgiving beer.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you're giving thanks to. I don't know. For me, this week is pretty chill. Professionally, for you, it might be very different.
Well, my counterpart is off, so there's one less supervisor. So that's not awesome. I mean, it's fine. That's how we got to roll, but it's just a little chaotic at times.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm putting my faith in almighty Amazon.
And it's very chaotic for Amazon workers starting now. But that being said,
yeah,
this is like the first week we've had off for since October started. Honestly, it's thank God. Just kids don't have anything going on with school. They're off for the week. We can finally just relax.
Maybe read a good book.
Or read a good book. Yeah, something.
Or
you know?
3.
Or 3, like you got for your said daughter. Heir to the Empire. Or was it
The
the Thrawn
Thrawn
trilogy?
trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that the blur
You
does
need to
not
turn
do me
off the
any
blur.
favors.
There's no
Thought
face
it
on
might
there that
help.
it recognizes. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm trying.
I know.
You know?
I thought it was a VHS at first. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
he
it
got
kind
the
of looks like
VHS.
if there was 3 VHS of that, I would be all over that. But they never made them. This is what should have happened instead of the sequel trilogy.
They could have done a variation of it. I'm sure they could have.
They're gonna do a variation of it. They already dropped the line "Heir to the Empire" in Ahsoka. So,
well, I know, but whether they're gonna do it well is another issue because of all the cock-ups that they've had and everything. So
who knows? But my kid randomly mentioned, just offhand, asking me if I think I had read, the Thrawn books. I'm like, which ones? The original from the 90s? She's like, yeah, maybe. I'm like, oh my God, those are the best. I had them. I had actually bought them, I think 2 years ago on audiobook, but they ate up so much space. I did listen to them.
Audiobooks take up a lot of space.
Well, and these are the unabridged versions. The abridged versions of the other trilogies I listened to were fine, but they were meh. The unabridged versions of the Timothy Zahn books are out, and those were long, but they were great. They filled up, and that was when I was, driving an hour plus north to work every day, and usually about an hour and a half in the morning and probably an hour in the evening. So it was great. I could listen to that, and fantastic. Oh my God. So I found the trilogy on Amazon, bought it, and now we have it.
I'm probably gonna have to do it because I have it I have the first book electronically.
Jeez, I want to say it was like 45 or something. There was like a sale or something. Okay, the bottom of it says it's like $50 something, but I don't recall paying that.
No, because I have the electronic version of the first one, Heir to the Empire, and I tried to read it, but I can't read a book electronically. I can't read it from a tablet. I just can't. You would think that it would be easy to do, but it's different. Like there's something about turning the page.
I know, but it made deployment and traveling a lot easier in my later years. Where I was like,
absolutely, because you could bring 50 books with you, and you could buy more.
Right, and there's something to be said about the tactile feel of opening the page, but you know what? Then you don't get those weird crease marks in the paperback.
What makes those crease marks weird?
Because they ruin the binding. The book is well loved, but then it looks less cool.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But
anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so that was a bit of a vanity purchase. I'm not going to lie. My kid, I hope I didn't oversell it. I'm like, these are by far the best Star Wars novels I ever read. So
it's a factually true comment that you made, and you did oversell it. So
I'm sure I did.
Unfortunately, both can be true all at the same time.
Well, what I did is I warned her it was a lot different than a lot of the Star Wars that she's going to see, because all they had was basically the original trilogy. I don't think they looped in any of the cheesy others, like the Ewok Adventures.
No, I don't think they did either. And the writing was different too. That was 30 years ago. The writing's different.
The writing was different than any other Star Wars property that had been written out at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then this basically kicked off the EU. So
yeah,
legend.
Well, yeah,
so to speak.
I remember I came across that book in 6th grade. A friend of mine, we can name him Fish. He had it, and I'm like, oh, what's that? He's like, oh, it's the sequel to the Return of the Jedi. I'm like, oh, wait, no way, really? Now think about this. It's 1992. It's 6th grade. Sorry, 93. The book came out in 92. So 9 years after Return of the Jedi, but that felt like a lifetime ago. Like,
Sure.
at that age. And I'm saying, oh, how cute. They're continuing the universe in book form. And I'm like, toss. I didn't take it seriously because it's like, even though it was sanctioned by Lucasfilm and everything, I'm just like, nah, I don't need to
What
read
sold me is on the back of one of the original versions. Remember how, how books will have like quotes from people?
Yeah.
It basically, the quote was something along the lines of, "It feels so much like real Star Wars, you can hear John Williams' theme as you read."
Oh yeah, that's good. Wow, that's really good.
And that's a great minor segue to something I started watching tonight. Music by John Williams on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, how is that?
I'm about halfway through. It's like an hour and 40 minutes. I think I watched like,
that's a long doc.
50.
For Disney Plus, that's a long
Oh
doc.
my God, it is freaking amazing. Right now we're only an hour in, and we're just at Raiders and ET.
Oh, you're at 1982. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, they had like almost like a 10-minute intro with tons of like people talking about the influence of John Williams, and then they talked a little bit about like, to kind of like segue, and here's Spielberg, and then they kind of segue into Jaws, and then they kind of go back through his life. And I didn't realize how deep the music connection was in his family, but it's awesome. I highly recommend it, and I haven't even finished it. Mrs. Gaffman was just sitting on the couch doing like Sudoku, and I put it on because it was like an hour or something till, we did our, we potted, and I didn't want to put on House of the Dragon and aggravate my wife. So I put that on, and I'm like, and I was hooked. And then all of a sudden I hear the pen stop moving. And I look over, and
she's watching.
She was the driving force behind us going to see the John Williams tribute at the Pops last year, where we all went to Symphony Hall and listened to the John Williams tribute of a ton of great music. It was fantastic. And we're only just getting to the part where he's actually conducting the Boston Pops right now. So, dude, I'm hooked. And he did some things I didn't even realize, like some serious stuff. So, highly recommend it. Dive right in. Anyway, enough segues from me.
Watch this drive.
What brings us here tonight, my friend?
Sorry about my microphone, everyone. It's just not been sitting right this whole night. So, did you hear me adjust it?
No, you were mumbling over it.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Well, I'm done touching it now, so it's fine. We are here. We're fresh coming off of some pretty big pods lately. This year was a pretty big year. We did a couple crossover episodes.
We'll dive deeper into this in our year-end review episode.
Yeah, we will. But I just want to mention it. We had a crossover episode with these Sci-Fi guys who were just mentions. I just got to say, they're just wonderful. Dave Walsh came on, and came on, and I said Walsh. It's Wash.
Dude, again, you're doing the year-end review. We don't need to dive into it.
I know. I'm just saying. He came on
the last two episodes.
SG1, and then we did we had some other guests, wonderful guests on, and then we had Scary Fairy Godmother who came on graciously. Wonderful interview. We all had a good time. She was on for 50 minutes more than she needed to be, and it's because she had fun with us, and I feel blessed about that. So there's that, and then I finally got to see Deadpool and Wolverine, so thank God for that.
Yeah.
And then we crossed a big milestone, 200. So 200, where we reviewed, the big, milestone of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and we talked about at the same time Star Trek Generations, as we recorded on the 30th anniversary of that. So all of that was looking back. Tonight we're looking forward. We haven't seen anything we're talking about. And by the way, we can't see anything we're talking about because none of it's out yet. Today we're looking forward for coming attractions.
Yes.
Sorry.
Coming attractions. We've got a couple of things in December 2024, and we're going to talk about 2 big hot ticket items coming out in 2025. All right. But there's 3 properties that are going to drop starting next week. And the first one is Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
So let's
starring Jude Law.
Yeah,
and
starring
Steve
Jude
Earle.
Law. Jaleel White. I saw him at a Hooters in Pasadena, by the way.
Got
He
any
was
blue milk cheese?
No, God. All right. Let's start off with the trailer for Skeleton Crew, everybody. You can see it, right?
What are you
I
in
can.
What are you in for?
Clearly not bathing.
I found something buried in the woods. Dad.
This is unacceptable. Do you understand?
Apparently you can get in trouble in school in Star Wars.
What do you think it is?
It depends on the planet.
Don't touch anything.
Uh-oh.
What did you do? We're lost. Really lost.
It's Jordy.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there a girl who's pulling off a Geordie?
We just need some directions home.
Come on, kid. Pay up. Whoa. Where'd you 2 find an old Republic credit?
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership.
Yeah, he's
But you
Jedi.
have to move fast. I need you to take the controls.
Okay. Neil? Neil?
Cute. Oh. Nice.
Crew of murderous pirates is coming.
Something's wrong.
They're not going to just turn up. We need to find them.
We're not alone down here.
Oh, be warned of booby traps. Pirates and mountains where none dare to go.
If you hear this, don't give up. No matter what.
Wow. I don't know. Looks kind of interesting. Looks like a little
does.
Guardians of the Galaxy meets the Goonies meets
Well,
Star Trek Prodigy.
They actually did an 80s song with alien language. What do you know what language that was?
I have no idea.
Well, like the language that was used by the female singer in Return of the Jedi?
Probably Huttese. I
I
would assume Huttese.
Huttese. Yeah, something like that. Very 80s-esque, very Goonies-esque. I actually liked it. That's the first time me
looks
seeing
cool.
it, by the way. It
Yeah.
looked great. It looked fun.
The music kind of helps make it seem like it's going to be a romp rather than like, some of these other ones where they have like The Acolyte was very dark sounding music. Andor was very serious sounding.
Yes.
Very few
Yeah.
of these sounded fun.
So all right. So here's what we got on the Star Wars slate right now. So we have Skeleton Crew coming out next month. Not long.
No, it's
Like
like
just
a
next
week
week.
away from.
Yeah, something like that. And then we've got Andor season 2 coming out in like March or something, I think, right?
Oh, I am stoked for Andor season 2.
But here's the deal. Can you have 2 different shows based on Star Wars that are completely different from each other? Other than Andor, and Skeleton Crew. So we got a kids adventure romp with. We know Jude Law is going to be a Jedi. We already know this, right? Like, so they already talked about the Old Republic credits. So we already know the Old Republic had fallen. We know the timeline that this is in, right? So it's probably like when the Empire is still around, and whatnot. Fine, yeah, I'm cool with that. And it's kids are in peril. They're running. It's a chase movie. They have to find something to get home. I hope the parents, by the way, are able to like step up and join in the rescue of the kids, by the way, because that always perturbed me about 80s movies when kids are
It
in
kind of
peril.
looks like they're trying.
Yeah, but they need to make a difference when it comes to that stuff. Like be the saviors when it happens. But that being said, that's just me conjecturing. By the way, I admittedly I'm being a pessimist, but
I think for this show, I think I saw that the one pirate who escaped the massacre on Navarro when the Mandalorians show up at the end of Mando season 3, when they go in to rescue Grief Karga and company, I think that one guy is back in this episode or in this show.
Okay. All right. Well, that works. I'm fine with that. I mean, it doesn't matter. No.
Well, the only thing I can say is it kind of ties it to the wider universe. That's all I'll say.
I'm sick of the whole tying it into the wider universe kind of thing. We can tie it into the wider universe without having like a nondescript character from another property being involved very easily. I'm tired of the whole. Oh, look here's an Easter egg. You see this, guys? Like, I have Gul Dukat's skull from Picard season 2. See, this is part of the universe. Oh, I've got the Negus's grand staff, like that kind of thing. I'm done with that. I don't like that.
Here's something interesting. So a couple of the episodes are going to be directed. One of them is going to be directed by Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinhardt. They're the guys who did. I think they did. They're they're music directors. Like, it's very fascinating. They've made a lot of music videos, and they did Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a good movie. I haven't watched it, but by all respects, I've heard that it's a good movie. I don't have anything to hear otherwise. So, this is it. Go ahead.
And you can't do a Star Wars show lately without having this one person direct at least one episode.
Jon Favreau.
No, that would have been cool. No, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh yeah, she's a great director, by the way.
Yeah, her episodes have generally been good.
She's had very good episodes. They're very well done. I like her as a director. She's a great actress too, by the way. I appreciate her.
Dude, she made Yaddle cool. She did. She made Yaddle cool.
Who's Yaddle?
The female Yoda.
Oh yeah.
Tales of the Jedi.
She was the voice. Yeah, she was Yaddle's voice. That's right. Thank you. You know
she
me.
Made her pretty badass.
And you know me in names. I'm not going to deal with it. Okay. So, I'm sorry. I just can't do it. It's an impediment. That's all I got to say. That being said, Jon Favreau. This is a Jon Favreau production. Rumor has it that he left Mandalorian season 3 to develop this, which is why Mandalorian season 3 went off the fucking rails.
Well, of course, he and Filoni are listed as executive producers along with Kathleen Kennedy. So
right,
who knows?
But Kathleen Kennedy had nothing to do with the series, the Skeleton Crew. This rumor has it that this is Jon Favreau trying to put Star Wars back on the right track again. And to try to appeal to the Star Wars fans that have always been with Star Wars and that have been quietly dissatisfied with what's been coming out of Lucasfilm lately. So we've got this, and we've got Andor, which Andor season 2, Andor
right.
first was really good. We don't have a trailer for that, but
no, I don't think there has been a trailer for it yet.
No, it hasn't.
Not like a
yet,
real trailer. It's been mostly like teasers, I think.
Exactly. So I'll
By
be
the way,
interested. Go ahead.
One of the creators, creators of this is Jonathan Watts. John Watts, director, producer, screenwriter, most widely known for doing the Marvel Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah.
Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got some talent here on this roster.
There is a lot of talent and good talent.
Yeah, and Jude Law was a good pickup.
I think. Yeah, you know what? I'm quietly a Jude Law fan. Like there is nothing that he's in that I go and like, oh, it's Jude Law, gross. Like,
well, he was one of those charming,
like,
upcoming it guys, in the late '90s, early 2000s. Then I saw him in Enemy at the Gates, and that was a really good movie, and he was pretty good in that.
Oh shit!
And then Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
That was a great movie. I love that movie so much.
But I really liked him as Watson in the Sherlock Holmes movies, the Guy Ritchie movies.
Oh, he was brilliant in the Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes movies. And I wish they did another one.
Well, there's been one floating around for about a decade. RDJ has been like claiming he's going to do. They want to do it. Both of them have said it's in the works. We're going to do a third. We're going to wrap it up, which would be great because even though it's kind of off the Sherlock rails per se, they were just so damn fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Jude Law did a great counterpoint to Robert Downey Jr. in that. It was a good.
Jude Law, he was brilliant. He was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I've accidentally opened up an Adobe Premiere Pro file that's gonna be it. So, everyone, you're gonna be seeing like behind the scenes of how I edit our shit. Oh wait, no. Wait, maybe. Yeah, you are. You're totally gonna see it. Here it is. And okay, that's fine. And exit. Nope, I can't exit, everyone. That's awesome.
Exit. Stage left.
I can't exit. God bless it. There we go. Nope, still can't. Not responding. Awesome.
All righty.
Close the program, please.
While he's going insane, Skeleton Crew just it does have a very 80s vibe, which you're right. The music kind of is a key to that. It definitely has a Goonies or Stranger Things kind of feel to it to a degree. But it looks like it will be, and it's touted as coming of age, but it also looks like it's going to be fun, right? Because when was
when was the last time we had something that was fun in Star Wars?
Mando season 2 was pretty fun. It always goes dark at the end of the season, but they have some fun episodes in Mando.
Season 2 got dark, but then it ended with me crying.
Well, it ended
really,
with
but almost crying.
The Luke Skywalker we've been begging for 30 years.
Yeah.
This Luke Skywalker right here from this trilogy. That's what we're looking. That was this. Mm-hmm. This is what we've been looking for.
The almost godlike Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. So good. But that's it. That's
that's it. That's all we got. So, and then season 3 of Mando ended with him basically retiring. On Navarro, which is a Spanish last name. So,
well, there's a lot of strange names in Star Wars. So
I'm not saying that the name is strange. I'm saying it's the name. It's a Spanish last name that is very common. So Navarro, that's the planet's name. Just
maybe it was a nod to somebody.
It could have been. Easily because we got the Metalis. In Metalis Prime, yeah. M apostrophe TALAS, I think. Hell, I would do it. Hey, and he earned that shit, by the way. That was good.
Yeah.
Like, that whole season. I need to watch that season all the way through. So, Picard season 3, everybody.
Well, I'm looking forward to this for a lot of reasons. One, this looks like one that I can settle down with my kid and watch. It also doesn't look like you
easily,
need
right?
to have. It also looks like you don't need to like watch like. I don't need to like catch her up on the goings of the galaxy before
No,
we sit down
no,
and
there's
watch.
no homework required.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. And yeah, so anything else to say about that?
You know, they've got a solid backing cast to it. I'm very curious to see what Jaleel White has to do for this.
Well, is it confirmed if he's like an actor or a voice actor?
No, I've seen him in the footage.
He is in the footage. Okay, so,
Yeah.
well, that'll be fun. Good for him.
Yeah.
I like him. He seems
And
to have stayed out of trouble, and he was also Hooters in 2000, the fall of 2000, October of 2000
hey, can I tell you who else is
in
in this?
Pasadena. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to. They don't say if it's a voice or if it's in person, but Fred Tassiori is going to be there.
Oh my God, him! I have no idea who the fuck you just
Shax.
said.
He's Shax.
Oh, okay, yeah. Shit. God damn it! You know what, DT? You do this to me, and my computer is operating on so many levels right now, and you're telling me that I have to do this, and
I have to do what?
have to do what? Are you flipping kidding me? I have to jump through all the files and go.
When you get to hell, tell the power race that Shaq sent you.
Do you know how many files and shit that I had to jump through to get that?
I would not be surprised if he's a voice. The name of the character is Brutus, so who knows? And again, I don't know if this is this is one of the kids' moms is Carrie Condon, who's better known as the voice of Friday in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh my God.
Jarvis's replacement.
I just updated my iPhone to Apple Intelligence, and I put it to the female Irish voice, and she sounds exactly like Friday. And my wife looked at me cross-eyed, like, who the hell is Friday? I'm like, Jarvis's replacement. Age of Ultron. WG. She's like, yeah, I know Age of Ultron, but where does Friday fit in? She didn't remember Friday. Like, when Friday goes, Sokovio's going for a ride. like she's
Don't
all
get me wrong.
In despair.
I like Friday, but
I love
Friday was not nearly as hilarious a troll as Jarvis was.
Well, that was the point. But I mean, the story for Iron Man was coming to an end when Friday came in and everything. She sounds exactly like Friday. Oh, here. All right, let me try. Hold on.
Jarvis is my co-pilot.
Something like that, yeah.
The twin jet.
Hold on. Hey Siri, what does Friday sound like?
Opening environmental sound levels in the health app.
She's a terrible AI.
I'm surprised it didn't drop Chris Tucker's voice.
I know. She's a terrible AI, by the way. The worst. It's awful. Like, it doesn't do anything. It's terrible. It doesn't add any value. But hey, she sounds like Friday. So
fair enough. All righty. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. They're going to drop 2 episodes on the 3rd, and if they're anything like Disney, it's going to be like 2 35-minute episodes and an 8-episode season.
Or 6. It could be 6. I have a feeling it's going to be
8.
6.
It's 8.
Is it confirmed 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've listed all the directors, and who's written by. So yeah,
All right.
looks
Well,
like
that's
it's
good.
looks like it's going to drop. Take us past Christmas. Looks like it's going to go up to the New Year, into the New Year. So that'll be fun though.
Yay! Yeah, it'll be a fun December. I'm looking forward to this December. We needed this December.
This December has actually got a bunch of things I'm looking forward to seeing. I mean,
including.
Now we just did a review of Lord of the Rings trilogy. Coming back to it.
Oh shit!
Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, which is like 200 or 300 years before the War of the Ring, and it's an animated movie, and it's dropping December 13th. Yeah, and they're going to give you.
Here is a trailer.
Yes, it will give you a lot of. So at least it's in the same universe. Anime.
All Middle Earth knows the tale of the War of the Ring. But 200 years before that,
Riders of the Mark! Brothers of Rohan!
there was an older tale.
Arise!
We come with an offer to strengthen Rohan.
Hera, daughter of Helm, I, Wolf, seek your hand in marriage.
Our fathers speak as if I were not even in the room. I do not want to marry you.
You do not seek an alliance. You seek a throne. You will live to regret this, old man.
Ooh.
He's dead? You will pay for this with your life.
The boy I knew would never wish for war.
The boy you knew is
So,
gone.
are these the people from the south
So many of
or the east?
I think from the south.
You know nothing of war.
I'm the fastest rider you
So
have.
from North Africa, basically.
People need hope, Hera. Something to believe in.
My pride. My joy. You could rule the world.
You think I am afraid of you?
You should be.
What does Mordor want with rings?
Yeah. That's good.
So, here's the premise. Set 183 years before the events of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy, the War of the Rohirrim tells the story of Helm Hammerhand, the legendary king of Rohan, and his family as they defend their kingdom against an army of Dunlendings. Helm goes on to be the namesake of the stronghold Helm's Deep. So, that's Brian Cox, by the way, from Succession, Super Troopers, all sorts of other great roles he's been in. He just did an Uber Eats commercial. But fantastic actor, great voice. The voice, of course, probably familiar. But Helm Hammerhand got his name in that scene you watch. But the Dunlings are like, they're kind of like savage bands that kind of warred with the Rohirrim, mostly during this time, which I believe was also a time of a great winter and a plague, at least from some of the things I've read up on the history.
This is all. We saw these people in Return of the King.
Maybe. I don't know 100%.
They had holy fonts.
They do make it look like it's them, but I didn't. The Dunlingings are, it's one of those races of men.
Mm-hmm.
They're wild men of Dunlin.
That explains everything.
They're are influenced by Celtic Britons.
Oh, so Scotland.
They're probably
that doesn't
Scots,
help.
yes.
That doesn't help shit. There were no Oliphants or elephants in Scotland, by the way. So no, they were men of the South.
Those were the men of the South, yes. The Haradrim were the enemies of ancient Rome. They were from the desert. They had war elephants.
Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing. So they reached their limiter, and that's what happened. So
look, the fact of the matter is, this is going to be about Rohan's fight for survival in this time prior to the War of the Ring. And it looks pretty interesting. Clearly, they have it's anime style.
where is it available? Is it a show
coming to the theater?
Oh, it's a full on movie.
Yeah, I saw when I went to see Red One this weekend. Excellent movie, by the way. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I know you liked it, and I would probably love it too.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You've got a holiday weekend.
Well, yeah, okay. I got to put up Christmas lights and shit. Like,
so do I.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So it's coming. It's coming to the theaters near you in December 13th.
Theater near you.
I know they've been talking about. This has been on the. This has been on the circuit for about a year. They've really been starting to talk this up. They dropped clips in the summer, and I mean, I saw this trailer on the screen a couple days ago. You know, it looks like it's going to be pretty wild. And my kid wants to see it because I've been showing her Lord of the Rings. So.
Oh, that I could probably use that as an excuse with my son because
exactly
that little bastard. He watched the whole trilogy, as I said the other day.
Yeah.
Without me. So don't cringe when I say that little bastard because I say it out of love. So
yeah, I feel you, man. So this looks pretty cool. They've got Miranda Otto, who played Eowyn, the Shield Maiden of Rohan, in the Two Towers, and yes,
the one
who killed the Night King, the one who killed the Witch King. Yes, I almost said the Night King. Wow. But she's the narrator.
Huge difference.
Yes.
By the way, that was a good moment. It was written back in the 40s, and I felt that moment when I read the book. When she pulls off her helmet and goes, "I am no man."
Yeah.
And it's in the book, it's there, and you're like, hell yeah, that's how it works. Like, no man can kill him, but a woman can. And then in the movie, like the theater erupted. But if you have that kind of scene now in something created today, do you think it would have the same kind of reaction?
Probably not from the whole group.
No, probably not. Anyway, I'm not meaning to make it political, but I'm just pointing out a weird quirk in our timeline at this point. So,
yep. So,
but I'll probably take the boy to see this.
Not a bad idea. So the voice of Wolf, the son of the Dunlending king who dies in that fight, is played by Luke Pasqualino. Excuse me. He actually played the younger version of William Adama in the Blood and Chrome Battlestar Galactica. I think they were minisodes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a 10 episode online series. It was a prequel to Battlestar, while Adama was a pilot in the first Cylon War. So, but Brian Cox he's kind of the big name here. But this looks like it's going to be interesting. It's not going to be a short movie. It's a 130-minute runtime.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is done by Peter Jackson. New Line Cinema, Warner Brothers. And clearly Peter Jackson is part of this. At least they slapped his name on it.
Yeah. So, man.
But it's cool. It looks really fascinating.
I'm interested. I'm probably going to see it. And we'll probably do a review about it. So
I look forward to it.
When does it come out again?
It comes out December 13th.
Man, a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline, isn't there?
Yeah. Ooh, sounds like they're getting Christopher Lee posthumously voices Saruman through archival recordings. Oh, that's going to be great. Send it all my way, man. I'm looking forward to it. It was cool to see the trailer on the big screen. I love Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. They were fantastic. The Hobbit, less so, but still had some good moments. I mean, the problem with Middle Earth is that unless you do something from one of the books, there's a lot of the Rings of Power is very vague. I mean, I'm finding some levels of enjoyment.
It's all fan stuff, but yeah, go ahead. As you take a swig of beer, sorry, my fault.
Well, it's not connected. It's really not connected to the movies because
not at all.
Different properties own them, so.
Mm-hmm.
But this is produced by Warner Brothers New Line. Peter Jackson has a hand in it. You've got an original actor back to do narration, so.
Yep.
This is supposed to be a prequel to The Lord of the Rings. This is still like 60-something years, or geez, this is like 100 years before The Hobbit. Now that I think about it, so interesting.
Yeah,
but
super.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, this one should be cool. The visual effects on this, I mean the animation looks great.
Yeah, it looks very clean and clear. Yeah, I mean, it's all. I mean, it's not cell animation. It's all computer animation. So it's going to be like that. As with what the next attraction we're going to be looking at will show. Not strictly anime, but you'll see the similar vibes to it. But
and this series
hold
is
on,
one of my favorite Marvel properties.
While we're talking about Row of the Rohirrim,
where
is it referenced that this happened?
I believe it's from the appendices.
The appendices, okay. So this is massive war 200 years before the Lord of the Rings happened.
Yes. The script is written based on the appendices of the Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so probably it was like 80 years before The Hobbit happened or something like that.
Yeah, it's about 80 to 100 years before The Hobbit.
Because it's weird to say, but The Hobbit took place a lot longer. It was the time difference between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, massive. Like 60 years, 80 years. Crazy.
Yes.
I don't think Frodo was even born when
No.
The Hobbit took place, and then there was a 30-year time gap between when Bilbo left, and then Gandalf did research on the ring. It took 30 years for him to be able to do that, and we see it in a little montage of Gandalf running in the movie. It doesn't even say that. So moving on.
Okay, so here's a quick note. As I was looking down on the writing and how they came up with it. The Dunlendings invade Rohan, do so based on historical grievances. The inclusion of the elephant-like Mumakil.
Oliphaunts.
Yes. Well, that's another name for them, but that's the same thing. Led to concern from some fans that the film was inserting the armies of Harad into the story when Tolkien did not mention their involvement. The writers acknowledge the appendices do not explicitly mention forces from Harad in the story, but says their involvement could be inferred since Tolkien mentions enemy of Gondor riding to the aid of the Dunlendings, and elsewhere in the appendices he includes Harad was one of the enemies of Gondor in this time period. So, all right, so they're fluffing it a little, but that's fine. At least for me.
Yeah, that works. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun romp, and we get to bask in Peter Jackson's universe one more time.
Oh yeah.
It'll be nice. It'll be 2003 all over again. And maybe I'll stand up and clap once again. So.
Yay.
All right, let me switch screens. We're moving over to the next one. DT, if you want to start.
And this is, like I said, it's one of my absolutely favorite Marvel projects post Endgame. And actually, it's been one I've really liked. It's Marvel's What If. Season 3 is dropping on December 22nd. And I really enjoyed the first 2 seasons. Yeah, some episodes were dark, some were hopeful. They had neat twists, and I really liked them. It gave some show like Captain Carter, Haley Atwell back as Peggy Carter, but she gets the serum and becomes Captain Carter, who we see in live action in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But man, it was really enjoyable.
No,
they just called her Captain Carter.
They did. Yeah. They did call her Captain Carter. That's right. So, all right, switching. Let's watch. Enjoy, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Let my computer process. There we are.
Oh, my. Ooh, final season, I guess.
Let's begin. Up for an adventure?
Ooh, Cowboys. Was that Cowboy Shang-Chi?
Yep.
To understand.
Wongers.
Learn to see.
What exactly are you proposing?
It's showtime.
Here we go.
Oh, hey.
Robert, are you sure you can fly this?
Are you kidding? I'm a duck.
That's Darcy.
Born to fly.
Yeah, Darcy.
Oh, move over.
Cute.
Mamu.
If we all go down, the world will be left defenseless.
Moon Knight.
Oh, this is the shot we have.
Green Knight.
We may not get another one.
That's Sam Wilson.
Let's finish it.
Oh, we're good to go.
Red Guardian, Monica Rambeau.
Avenger, assemble.
No way. They're doing a Voltron?
Oh, that's cool. Red Guardian and Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier.
Light him up now.
We got, Oh.
Yondu and the Hulk.
This is where your story ends.
Oh my.
White Vision.
With some mysteries, the only answer.
There's Captain Carter.
Yeah, she was flying.
what if.
Maybe it's time that we called in some help.
Cohorte.
Jane. Storm. Oh, Nikes. That's the voice of Storm from the 90s.
Well, did she come back to do the X-Men cartoon?
I think she did. I think she did.
See, you got to watch season 2 because then they have the story of Cohorte, the Mohawk woman who gains the power of the Tesseract.
I do have to watch it. I know, and
that was a
will
what
watch
if
it.
Original creation, which was fascinating.
Is it really? Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Well, I will watch it. I forgot that it came out, so it's kind of one of those things where I just didn't watch it. And there wasn't a lot of fanfare when it came out either.
You know, it was really good.
Okay.
What if Happy Hogan saved Christmas? That's right.
Oh, that was in season 2?
Yeah.
Cute. I'll have to watch
Yeah.
that. Well, because a lot of people died in Iron Man 3 over by the man's Chinese theater when the extremists exploded.
Yeah. The voice of Cohorte is she was in Echo. She was her I think cousin or whatever. So they did a pretty good job running it back around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this because I really enjoyed the first 2 seasons. They did Mark 1602, which was a Marvel which was like a Marvel limited series back like 10, 15 years ago, where it was like, what if the Avengers happened in Shakespearean times?
Yeah, true.
And that was kind of neat. Clearly, we're getting some sort of what was it? The one with Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan.
Oh, Shanghai Nights.
Shanghai Noon was the first movie when they end up out west.
Oh,
the second one
it was. You're right.
Was when they go to England.
Shanghai Nights. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of what it looks like. Or as Ninja Turtles, I think it was from Turtles 2. Yeehaw, Ninja Cowboy.
Oh no, that was from Turtles 3 because they rode horses then. They went to ancient Japan.
Yeah. Well, it was one of the
Turtles
live
3.
action turtle movies we watched.
Yeah. And they put a little environmental message in when Raphael's talking to Donatello, going, "Don't you see the river? It's clean." Like, well, yeah, it's a river. It's water. And Raphael's like, "No, you don't understand, Donatello. The river is clean. You don't see anything in it." And it's like, yeah, we get it. Industrialization. Awesome. Great. Nice work, guys. All right. Good stuff. By the way, there was no sewage infrastructure in ancient Japan either.
Yeah, so many details. So episodes for season 3 include a Red Guardian centered episode written by a Red Guardian centered episode with Bucky Barnes and Bill Foster. That was the Hank Pym's partner. You saw him in Ant-Man and the Wasp, played by Lawrence Fishburne. An anime-inspired adventure featuring the Avengers piloting mechs fighting a horde of mega Hulk monsters. Fair. That includes Captain Sam Wilson, Black Widow, Red Guardian, Shang-Chi, Monica Rambeau, Moon Knight, Shuri. An episode featuring Agatha Harkness with a musical number An
Oh, good.
episode.
Did you watch Agatha all along? Did you finish that?
I watched Agatha all the way.
Yeah, I didn't. I
The last episode.
not that I
was,
had anything against it, but I just wasn't motivated to.
The last episode got very strange. It went all
Yeah.
the way back to Agatha's time in like Salem and her trip through history. It was fascinating.
Did it go like She-Hulk strange, where that last
No.
episode went weird?
No, it wasn't the off the rails. They kind of like started back at the beginning, and then it really made everything else make sense. Yeah. And then there's an episode featuring a team up between Shang-Chi and Kate Bishop in a Western themed setting. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, indeed.
That'll be interesting. I look forward to it. There's a lot of people who have said that they wish Star Wars would do one of these through Disney. I know they've done something like it a little bit with Visions, where they've done like different takes and whatnot, but I want to say it was when Dark Horse had the Star Wars comics, is they basically had it was Star Wars Infinite, and it was like basically what ifs for like the original trilogy and a couple of other stories. So it was fascinating. But I really like this because with the voice acting, it allows it allows them to do things that maybe would have been a ginormous budget in a Marvel movie.
Sure.
So many of the actors have come back. A few haven't, and some came back like in season 1 and didn't come back in season 2. And actually, the last time we ever heard Chadwick Boseman voice T'Challa was in What If season 1.
Season 1, yeah. I found that endearing, by the way.
Yeah, it was wonderful. But you get so many of these great these actors back, and it's allowed them to. They're going to be doing a Marvel Zombies set to debut in October of 2025.
Oh, geez, really?
Yep. Because that was one of the grimmest episodes of season 1.
Seriously. Did they have Tom Holland in that one in season 1? Or was it someone else?
I think he was. I think he wasn't.
Shoot.
Yeah, I thought it was him.
I can look it up, but I mean that was very grim.
Yeah.
And a bummer too. Like, geez, Louise. I mean, they definitely had Paul Rudd.
They had Chadwick Boseman, Mark Ruffalo, Paul Bettany, Evangeline Lilly, Paul Rudd, Jon Favreau, Danai Gurira, Emily Van Camp.
Tom Holland was not in What If.
Nope. I guess he wasn't. They had
a sound alike. Which is okay. I mean, it's fine.
Neither was Chris Evans. But you had so many voice actors come back. Sam Jackson, Jeremy Renner, Tom Hiddleston, Clark Gregg was back, Jamie Alexander, Frank Grillo. Big names not back. RDJ, Chris Evans, Tom Holland, and Scarlett Johansson. But almost everybody else came back.
Yeah.
I mean, they got randos back, like Bradley Whitford as that jackass SHIELD dude from the Agent Carter one shot.
Yeah.
They brought back Ross Marquand, who played.
You're mentioning names
Red Skull.
I don't know. Yeah.
He was the Red Skull in the Endgame and Infinity War. I mean, they even got Daryl Hammond to play a voice of a Nazi general. I mean, I really liked the What If Captain Marvel or Captain Carter stuff. I don't know. I've always enjoyed Haley Atwell as Peggy Carter, and she went from being like agent love interest, to like having an enormous role in the extended Marvel universe.
Well, that's just how it works when you're creating a universe. There are some characters that just take on a life of their own that you don't anticipate. I mean, I will speak
Phil Coulson.
Well, Phil Coulson, yeah, definitely. I mean, I had a character in my first book that I didn't intend on appearing in the second book, but I mean, she played a major role in the second book. She's going to play an even bigger role in the third book that I will eventually start writing once I finish the outline at some point. But I was shocked, like writing it. I'm like, this girl had no business being in here. Like, she served her purpose in the first book, and then I'm like, I'm gonna bring her back.
As well you should, my friend.
Well, she added a lot of depth, to all the characters and whatnot. So, but that's how writing is. It's the weirdest thing. Like, you have the writers have no idea. You talk to Marvel when they talk about Infinity War. Or no, I'm sorry. Avengers. I'm sorry. Avengers: Age of Ultron. They're going to be introducing Captain Marvel in that final scene at Avengers Campus. Like, she was just going to show up. And
it was a good idea that they didn't do that.
Yeah, but they were that was what their intention was at the time. Like, but that's how that writing evolves. Like, so that being said, anyway, continue, please.
Well, anyway, it was I love What If. I can't wait for it. A little bummed to hear that sounds like it's the final season.
Yeah, Disney doesn't know what it's doing right now. They're just trying to figure out a direction before they go any further. So they say it's the final season. We'll see.
Yeah.
The whole Spider-Man year 1 is like in limbo, I think, still.
It's Spider-Man
Freshman
Friendly
year.
Neighborhood Spider-Man, right? That's the name of the series.
It's supposed to be freshman year.
Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is an upcoming American animated television series for Disney Plus.
All right. Well, they changed the name then. So, fun.
No surprise there.
Yeah.
I do believe, though, it's the guy who's doing the voice is the guy who did the voice of Peter Parker in What If. So they have the same voice.
It was supposed to be Tom Holland, by the way. He had originally signed on, but they couldn't get their act together in time.
Yeah, well, that's happened a lot with the Spider-Man.
That's happened a lot with, like,
everything.
Oh. Hey, Lilo and Stitch got a live-action treatment, and their trailer just released. Interesting. We're not going to watch that, though.
Oh, my. All right. So let's stay in the Marvel Universe, and we're going to skip into 2025 with upcoming Captain America 4 coming out on Valentine's Day. Captain America: Brave New World.
Oh yeah,
sounds like a real date movie.
Yeah, don't take your wife to this unless she's already a massive Marvel fan. It could be
probably a wise idea. Go ahead.
So why are they releasing it on the 14th?
You asked for me. Here I am.
You want to help me?
Is there anything you remember?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Thaddeus Ross.
Yeah, that's... What's his name?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, thank you.
Whatever this is, Cap, be careful.
So he attacked Ross.
What do we know?
Yeah, Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah.
This was a coordinated terrorist attack, sir.
I was a wartime general. Now I'm a wartime president.
Your inner circle's been compromised. Let me fix it.
Watch yourself. You're not Steve Rogers.
You're right. I'm not.
Man got himself a helmet.
Jesus, how did he do the superhero landing?
It's a vibranium suit.
We're on the brink of war.
Maybe. Is it a vibranium suit?
Yeah, Wakanda gave it to him.
Well, I know Wakanda gave it to him, but we don't know if it's vibranium.
Probably some.
Feels right.
Captain America. You ever ask yourself, who's playing who?
Anthony Mackie.
Someone's been pulling the strings on everything.
You're under arrest?
I don't want
taking
a
the
variable
shield
out there that I can't control.
Stop!
Captain America caught without his wings.
Oh,
You like
Giancarlo, whatever his name is.
Execute the state's
Giancarlo
orders.
Esposito.
Yeah.
This is a trap. You don't even know what this is.
Red Hulk.
Since when were they red?
That's a thing.
You want me? Come and get
And they
me!
thought Trump was bad.
Good lord. That was pretty cool. Him slicing a car in half with his wings.
Yeah, I think they're vibranium wings. Now, the kid who's his
The
sidekick
wings are
is
now, yeah.
the kid who's his sidekick is the kid who was the Air Force lieutenant who was kind of his point man in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and he's going to be the new Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, from the first season.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Joaquin Torres is the name of the.
That's the actor.
No, that is the name of the
Oh,
character.
okay.
Danny Ramirez is the actor.
Thank you. Oh man. That's so all right. Yeah.
Yep. So you've
All right,
got
so go ahead.
and then you have you've got Giancarlo Esposito, who's playing a villain. Surprise, surprise.
Who's always good in what he does.
Yeah.
Just brilliant, man.
So this guy plays one of the members of the Serpent Society, which was, I think, originally going to be a Captain America movie, like a Chris Evans Captain America movie back before they jumped on.
No, they played the audience. They said it was Captain America and the
Right.
Serpent Society, and then they were like, "Oh, you know what? We're gonna do this," and they switched it to Captain America: Civil War, and the audience went wild.
It was a great bait and switch.
It was good because the audience was not happy about the whole Captain America and the Serpent Society. So,
Right. Well, and of course you've got Harrison Ford as Thaddeus Ross. Not bad. Not a bad.
originally played by William
recasting.
Hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, that he passed because he was good at it and he was a good actor. But when you could upgrade
Harrison
to
Ford, Harrison Ford is a good recast. Let's be honest. It's a good.
If you're going to recast anybody and you get Harrison Ford, it's like
he's an angry old man and he doesn't give a shit about anything. He's perfect for the role. Let's be honest. Like
you're not Steve Rogers. It's like that's not how the Force works.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
I've got issues with the title, as I expressed earlier. I think that they started with the New World Order, and then they changed it to Brave New World, both of which invoke terrible, horrible future societies that completely upend the American way of life. They're like, oh yeah, well, we'll upgrade it to Brave New World. Everything's fine. It's like, that's not how that works, guys. So, but you brought up a good point. Maybe he's trying to fight the Brave New World that's coming. So we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
So here's some interesting things.
Mm.
You have the return of 2 actors from the original Incredible Hulk movie. Tim Blake Nelson as Samuel Stearns, the leader, the guy that, what's his
Blue
name
guy?
there? Edward Norton is, Mr. Blue.
Mr.
He's
Blue.
the guy he's communicating with who ends up getting infected and his head getting all weird.
Yeah.
So he's here.
And Betty Ross.
Liv Tyler back as Betty Ross.
Oh, good. I've been warned. Has Liv Tyler been in anything lately?
So a couple years ago, I think like 4 years ago.
Of course, you immediately know something off the top of your head.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
she was in season 1 of the 911 spinoff, 911 Lone Star, set in Austin.
Yeah.
And it was her and Rob Lowe playing opposite each other. And then she bounced after the first season. Replaced by Gina Torres. Not a bad replacement. Love Gina Torres.
Yeah, Gina Torres is pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what else she's been in since. Really,
doesn't list anything after 911.
Yeah,
I'm sure it lists pre-production or upcoming. Yeah, the only upcoming project she's in is Captain America: Brave New World.
You know what? Maybe this is her comeback trail.
It's either that or she's just winding it down. And this was, they were like, well, you were in the Incredible Hulk, so can you finish this out? And she's like, fine, I'll come out of retirement.
Let's remember how long Marvel buried that movie.
It was 2008.
Yeah, I know. And we didn't see anybody minus, they even changed the Hulk actor, but we didn't even get to see anybody until Thaddeus Ross showed back up. William Hurt's Thaddeus Ross showed up in Civil War. And then he showed up again in Black Widow. And I think that was it before he passed. He might have done voiceover work in. Yeah, I think he might have done voiceover work in What If, but
he might have. But we also had Ty Burrell from Modern Family in as Liv Tyler's love interest, by the way.
And Lou Ferrigno, the original Incredible Hulk, was in there.
Lou Ferrigno. Lou Ferrigno also offered some vocal work for the Hulk's voice when they remixed it and stuff in Avengers. So,
well done, Hulk smash. I really like the fact that they're continuing the story of Isaiah Bradley, Carl Lumbly coming back as Isaiah Bradley.
That was just a weird, out of left field kind of thing that they did in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which bothered me because I'm like, oh wait, we had a Captain America who was black in the 60s, and then
in the 50s.
In the 50s, and then
Korea.
America just was like, F you, we're gonna decommission you, and probably don't do anything because shut the hell up because you're our property.
I actually think that was in the comics. Like all the stuff he was talking about people being experimented on, African American soldiers being experimented on, was part of the comic story.
Well, that is part of real history in
also
the 60s,
true.
Unfortunately. So, they would have played off of that, which is awful. The Tuskegee experiment. God damn. Like, what the hell?
I know. Terrible shit. Terrible shit. And that was Bucky's point of bringing Sam to meet Isaiah in the first place. And clearly, they're continuing some of that story, which I appreciate because Carl Lumbly's a fantastic actor. You see him be a heavy in a lot of stuff.
I liked the idea that he was going to be in that. I didn't know that he was going to be in Brave New World, but then I saw the trailer just now. I'm like, oh, it's him. I like him a lot.
Yep. And then they also have Sabra, an Israeli superhero, and everybody's losing their shit over it.
Really? Why?
They were losing their shit even before the war.
What does Sabra do? I've never heard of him before.
Sabra, she's like that woman with the accent who kept talking to Ross in the trailer. So,
Okay.
Ruth Bat Sarath, an Israeli former Black Widow and high-ranking U.S. government official who's a close ally of President Ross. So.
Oh, she was okay. Yeah, she had the face. Like, she has a distinctive looking face. Does she have like special powers?
If she's a Black
Or is she
Widow,
like a Black Widow?
They say it's in Wikipedia. It says she's Black Widow. So
okay, so she's like low grade, like super dangerous. With low grade normal human abilities, or low grade superpowered normal human abilities, basically.
In certain comics, the Black Widows were given like some sort of serum that makes them. They're not to the super soldier level, but they're enhanced.
Yeah, I think never implied in the MCU. And when I was watching Avengers in the movie theater for the first time, I was sitting there watching Black Widow going, what the hell is her superpower? And then she got launched and she grabbed the Chitauri pod that flew over her. And I'm like, oh, her superpower is grip. Gotcha. Okay.
Well, she did like using that thigh takedown.
Yeah, that thigh takedown was her specialty.
Clearly, she's an excellent marksman and excellent in hand-to-hand combat, plus also espionage.
So she's Israeli, and she's working for the U.S. government. Is this like a joint U.S.-Israeli thing,
Tim
Tim
Roth played. What was the character? Shit. The one from the Incredible Hulk who was in She-Hulk.
Oh, Abomination.
Yeah, but he was a British soldier on loan to the U.S. military.
Oh and then we just willingly experimented on him. Like, that's fucked up, dude. That's wrong.
Well,
good Lord. All right, so I can't say that I am super excited to see this movie.
Emil Blonsky, that's right.
Yeah. I can't say that I'm super excited to see this movie, and I can't say that I'm even going to see it in the theater. But I will eventually watch it, unlike Wakanda Forever, unlike the Marvels, unlike there's one other Marvel movie I haven't seen that I'm just not motivated to watch.
Did you not see the Eternals?
I did once. I saw it once. I saw Thor 4 once. I'm not going to watch it again. Thor 4, I like the first 30 minutes were fine, and then after that I'm like, oh god, this is awful. So
did you not see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Mania? No, we
saw that. I saw it in the theater, and again, not gonna watch it again. I'm just it was they baited me. So no, it wasn't that good.
Well, here's what I'll say. I love Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson. I really do.
Yeah.
I like enough of what I'm seeing to make the movie worth a trip for me. For starters, it's Harrison Ford, man.
I know. I feel like I should see this in the theater and stuff. And to be honest with you, out of all the first batch of Marvel TV shows that were announced for Disney Plus, I was looking forward to Falcon and the Winter Soldier the most. But I ended up enjoying Loki the most. And I
actually think I might have enjoyed Hawkeye the most.
Hawkeye was great, but I liked Loki more than Hawkeye, but Hawkeye was a close second. You're not off track on that.
I think I just enjoyed Hawkeye the most.
But I found Falcon and the Winter Soldier to be the weakest of the first batch of those TV shows that came out. And I'm like, I don't even want to rewatch it. I rewatched Loki. I rewatched
WandaVision?
Yeah, parts of it. Mm-hmm.
WandaVision was heavy hitting, man.
I
I was a
rewatched
little
parts of
skeptical of
Hawkeye.
that.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes are a little tough.
What, of
They're a little
WandaVision?
tough. Yeah, of WandaVision.
I think those are some of the most fun because of how
It's interesting.
wacko it is.
Yeah, because it's wacko and it's very genre bending and everything. But
I will say I didn't dislike Falcon the Winter Soldier. In fact, I liked it. I did at times feel a little let down. I thought the villain was, if they had made Zemo the main villain, I think that would have been better. But damn, he was fucking enjoyable.
He was
in
great.
that whole
He was
thing.
very enjoyable in that show. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, they broke
Did you
him
ever
out.
see the? Did you ever see the Zemo cut?
Yeah, no,
It's
actually,
just like it's like 5 minutes of just that on loop.
On that loop. Yeah, okay. I have seen versions of that. Yes. So, so that being said, I mean,
he was way more interesting than the other villains.
Well, he had a lot more depth in that TV show.
True.
Than
he was
than he did in Civil War. So
yeah, and I'm sorry, the Carly Morgenthau, that whole group, the Flag Smashers, just
it didn't. I didn't feel like there were any stakes with them. They just felt like, usurpers and just
assholes.
They felt like Antifa, basically. They were.
They kind of were, and they tried to make them have, we were given these homes, and then everybody comes back, and we're out on our ears, and that should be more impactful. But you were led by a bratty kid.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
it was just off-putting.
It's not like a bratty kid understands how the world works. Like,
no.
There's no wisdom with a bratty kid.
By John Walker was way more interesting than she was.
Yes, exactly. That was a big flaw. And I honestly think that they were doing was the flag. What were they called again?
The Flag Smashers.
Flag Smashers. They are Antifa, and I felt like Marvel was trying to glorify that. And I'm like, no, they were the bad guys, by the way. But they were trying to show them in a sympathetic light, and it was like, no, there's nothing.
Sam
here,
Wilson's
guys.
fight against the bank was more interesting.
I know, right? Like, it's like, first of all, where the fuck is the money that's coming in as an Avenger? By the way, you should be on the payroll.
Well, when Tony was bankrolling everything,
I know. Well, he should have been on the bankroll at that point. What's his name? Rogers.
Sam?
What's his name?
Steve Rogers.
Steve would have made sure that Sam would have been on the payroll, because Sam was doing Steve's work to look for Bucky at the time.
No,
so he would have been on some kind of payroll.
He was an actual Avenger.
He absolutely was. He should have been in the final fight over Sokovia, by the way.
Yeah, I really that is a big flaw for me, that Sam Wilson. They brought back Rhodey.
Yeah, they brought back Rhodey.
Thrown in another flyer.
That was fun. They could have brought. Yeah, maybe they felt that there were too many flyers. You had Thor, you had Rhodey, and what are you gonna do? Throw in a Falcon? All right, but no, it would have been nice to have him.
Instead, he gets his ass kicked by Ant-Man in the next movie. That's what he gets. That's what you do to Sam Wilson. I mean, what the fuck?
Sam Wilson, the greatest best friend one could ever have.
We're not there yet, man.
Oh, we're not. What are we doing? Are we watching something else? No, we don't have any more. But
we don't have any
up
more.
On our timeline.
Yeah. I
All
told
right,
you.
What was the last one you wanted to talk about?
So those are the big four, right? So we've got a couple of other ones upcoming in the next few months. So after Cap 4, you get Daredevil Born Again coming out March 4th. I'm looking forward to this because I really like Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin, and Charlie Cox is back, and they have both been back in the MCU. So you get a little clip,
but not together.
No. No, you're right, not together. And I'm looking forward
Like,
to it.
which
You
is
also
messed up
get
because wasn't he in Echo, Daredevil?
technically yes, they were both in the same. He got a cameo at the beginning of Echo, which Kingpin was in the whole was the main antagonist. So yeah, they were in the same show, albeit briefly.
Yeah, I
But
never
you
saw
have
Echo, but yeah.
Echo was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So, and of course,
I
has one
think
of
that
your
was the
favorites,
other
Graham
Marvel
Greene
thing.
was in there.
Oh, I love Graham Greene.
I know, who doesn't? Excuse me. So that was excellent. Or it was at least it was a good show. So if you're bored sometimes, it's worth the watch. It might even
Yeah.
tie into Daredevil Born Again, since clearly they had a little scrap at the beginning of that episode. But
I already have to
John,
watch Office Joe, so whatever.
if you have
I
to
got things
watch
to
anything, watch Office Joe. Don't watch anything. Watch Office Joe.
Per your recommendation prior to the taping, so
you just saw the opening 3 minutes and you laughed your ass off. So
it was great. I loved it. As a civilian, I can understand and appreciate that. So
yep. John Bernthal is back as the Punisher in this as well.
Yeah, that's
that
good
was,
too.
Yeah, so
this
they
whole
brought back a lot of the Netflix people, and I'm down for that.
This whole COVID thing really fucked up everything for Marvel. I honestly think so. Because they had all these great actors. Charlie Cox, who's the guy that played Foggy?
Yeah.
John Bernthal, Vincent D'Onofrio. They all want to be involved in it, and they couldn't pull it together because COVID happened. And I know COVID didn't touch your life at all in the slightest. I get it. I understand. It's fine. But just sympathize with me for a second in relishing in the Marvel issue. So,
well, in a 3-year period, we had COVID, which wiped out a year and a half of mostly of filmmaking, and the writers and actors strike took out another 6 months.
Yeah, it did.
In a 4-year period, we lost close to 2 years worth of production time, and now
Hollywood
you're getting like even regular TV, like network TV shows are like they're not over 20 episodes. You're getting like 15 to 18 13. Episodes.
No, they're doing 13 now.
It's hot garbage.
Yeah, they cut Family Guy's latest season of 13 episodes, and they started off the season with Universal Basic Guys, which is a good cartoon, by the way, for Fox. That's 13 episodes. Already renewed for a second season, only 13 episodes. But yeah, that's what they're doing now. It's just weird.
If you look back on it, back in the 50s and 60s, like seasons were like 50 episodes.
I know, the whole freaking year, dude.
Yeah, they literally went from like September to June, like filming almost every week.
Crazy.
Yeah, you're like, this show ran for only 2 years, but it has 85 episodes.
I know, right? Like, enough for syndication. Like, you look at Dennis the Menace, and you're like, wow, this only had 2.5 seasons, but it's got 120 episodes. How does this work?
Yeah.
The black and white Dennis the Menace, which I don't think I ever saw a repeat episode that aired on Nickelodeon every day in my childhood.
Yeah. Well, they ran a lot. They ran Dennis the Menace and Lassie. Talk about a bring down.
Oh man, yeah. And they only aired the John Provost episodes.
Later, they started bringing back the original episodes.
Yeah. 591 episodes of Lassie. 591.
I know, it's ridiculous.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see. I'm trying to see. So okay. So I don't know when they brought in John Provost, but anyway, go ahead. There was one other project you wanted to bring up. Yeah.
So there's 2 more real quick that we'll just mention. We mentioned Andor. Okay, that's April 22nd, 2025. All right. Andor season 1 was fantastic. It was excellent writing, excellent acting, some good action. It was a bit of a slow burn, but I mean, Andy Serkis, his speech. Tell me that wasn't bone chilling. Then he gets to the edge and he's like, I can't swim.
Yeah.
He's the guy who rallies everybody out.
Must keep going. What was the rallying cry? We keep
just
going,
keep
or
going,
must keep,
or something.
Just keep
yeah,
going.
Something.
It was like something from Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming, basically. But but he can't swim, so he just resigned his fate. Like he freed everyone else, and then he's like, okay, this is my purpose.
That was fantastic.
That was good.
And Andy Serkis, up until like 2000, had been a live action actor, and then he got trapped into the mocap by the success of the Lord of the Rings, and then Planet of the Apes. So.
It's true.
So that's coming out. I'm looking forward to that. That had a fantastic cast, by the way. Really great cast. Looking forward to that. They're supposed to be tying it in more towards Rogue One. I guess you get K2SO, who's supposed to be in season 2, where
with Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk's back. Yay.
Yeah.
And then the Thunderbolts come out in May 2nd. The anti-Avengers. Sorta.
Yes.
The Avengers, if everybody had criminal records.
It's the Dark Avengers, basically.
Yeah.
It's not even the Thunderbolts, because no one in the Thunderbolts was on the original Thunderbolts team in the comics. None. It's Dark Avengers, basically, which is fine. It's fine, because the MCU took a lot of liberty license to do what they did when they first started. Like, they originally, at the very end of Iron Man, what did they have Iron Man do? Declare to the press in a press conference, I am Iron Man. You know, there was no secret identity in the MCU,
which
until
completely
Spider-Man.
changed how they did Civil War.
Yeah, like that's the thing. So there was no secret identity in the MCU until Spider-Man came along, and that was
he was a minor.
That was Spider-Man's, and he was a minor. So yeah,
So the Thunderbolts looks pretty good. I've seen the trailer. Florence Pugh as Yelena seems to be the main character, like the central character. David Harbour back as the Red Guardian. He was enjoyable in Black Widow.
Too. I can consign to Florence Pugh as well, or Puig. I think it's Florence Puig. But yeah, David Harbour, fine.
And of course, you get Sebastian Stan is back as Bucky.
Always consigned to co-sign to Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, you're a Stan for Sebastian Stan.
I do. I do. I like Sebastian Stan a lot. He's a good guy.
Me too. Then you've got John Walker is back. I believe we're getting. I think Julia Louis-Dreyfus is back as.
She is. She's back.
Valentina.
Yeah. We're talking. We're talking. Shoot. John Walker, who is the kid of what's his ego?
Wyatt Russell.
Yeah. What's his father's name? Kurt Russell. Thank you. Yeah. I can co-sign on all of that. That's fine.
Yeah. Then
John Walker had a good coming to moment, like yeah, this is what a soldier does at the very end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He almost sacrificed himself.
He was a real asshole to start with.
So, no, he wasn't. He was not.
Trust me.
He was not. He was.
Trust me. I wouldn't have been in the foxhole with that guy.
But
he was self-serving.
Yes, he was a self-serving person, and then he learned his story arc was actually very nice in that show that I didn't like that much. So
yeah. So we'll see. You get Taskmaster is back. You'll get Ghost is back.
Oh wait, it's not that time yet, is it?
Yeah, no, I think we're fine.
Okay, so Ghost is back. John, yeah, they're all back. Everyone's back, guys. MCU's back. We got all the movies coming back now, so maybe you need to go see them.
We've got a lot coming up.
Yeah,
it's a lot to look forward to, folks.
Why'd you steal my line?
Come up with your own shit.
No, that was mine. We're looking forward, folks. On that note, everybody, that's the ultimate end. You guys keep dreaming. We'll keep working. We are those sci-fi guys. I'm P.S. McKay. So long, everybody.
And I'm DT Cavman. And up here on the high ground, I can see out to the summer of 2025. And there's some good things out there.
Sci-Fi Guys is an independent broadcast by Alpha Psi Productions, produced by DT Cavman and P.S. McKay. Music courtesy of Camtasia. For more information on upcoming episodes, follow P.S. McKay on X at P.S. McKay, or go to thosescifiguys.com for past episode information. We are now live on Rumble. You can find us on YouTube with live video podcasts and Facebook. Be sure to leave a like and a comment and let us know how we're doing.